What's going on, everyone? It's Zakarrah, and I'm back with the Mona Bailey Academy for part 2 of our Abacus series. If y'all are tuning in, I'm sure you've been able to watch part 1 of this video, which was how to create an abacus using some simple crafting items that you might already have at home. Today, we'll be learning about how to use the abacus, which can be used for adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And if you have the abacus you've created, make sure you have it in front of you so that you can follow along.
6 months later.
But before we go into learning how to use the abacus, we need to understand what each of these beads mean and what they represent. So here at the bottom of each column, we have the ones place, tens place, hundreds, and thousands. And when we look at the bottom beads, known as the earth beads, one bead represents one unit for whichever place value it's in. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tens, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Hundreds, we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And thousands, we have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Moving on to the beads up top, known as the heaven beads, one of these beads represents 5 units for whichever place value it's in. So here we have 5 ones, making 2 of them 10, 5 tens, making 2 of them 100, 5 hundreds, making 2 of them 1,000, and 5,000, making 2 of them 10,000. So now that we know what all of these beads mean, we will be moving on to a couple examples about how to carry out each operation. So let's start by working through an addition problem. And you want to make sure your abacus is set to 0 by pushing all of your heaven beads up and all of your earth beads down. So when you pull a bead up to the center, that'll be the number you're reading. So let's go ahead and do 4 plus 5. So we'll take 4 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we don't have any more single ones, we'll go ahead and utilize one of those heaven beads, which represents 5. And here we have 4 plus 5, which equals 9. So next we'll move on to subtraction. And we want to, again, make sure our abacus is set to 0. So we will do 18 minus 7, and we know 18 to be 1 10 and 8 ones, but since we don't have 8 single ones, we'll utilize one of those 5s and add 3 ones, and here we have 18. And to subtract 7, what we'll do is to take away 5 and 2 ones, and here we have 10 and 1, which is 11. Moving on to multiplication, I know multiplication to simply be repeated addition.
Multiplication is repeated addition.
So when we do 9 times 5, all we'll be doing is adding 9 5 times. So let's start by bringing down 9. We have 5 and 4 ones. And since we don't have any more single ones, what we'll need to do is a different method. Isn't 9 just 10 minus 1? So here I see 18, which is 9 times 2. So since that was 2 times, we'll need to add 9 3 more times. And we'll do that same method. 10 minus 1, that was 3 times. 10 minus 1, that was 4 times. 10 minus 1, that was 5 times. And here we have 45. So when we do division, we know division to be repeated subtraction.
Division is repeated subtraction.
So when we do 36 divided by 6, what we're doing is subtracting 6 each time until we get to 0. And then we'll count how many times it took us to get to 0. So let's start with 36. And to take away 6 with this, it's pretty simple. Subtract a 5 and a 1, that's 6. And since we don't have any more single ones to use to subtract 6, what we'll need to do is borrow this 10. And think of it as when you get change for a $10 bill, sometimes you'll get a 5 and 5 ones. And now we're able to subtract 6 again, a 5 minus 1. But we'll need to get change for another one of those 10s. And we'll get 2 5s this time. And now we're able to subtract 6, 5, and a 1. And since we have a 5 here, we can subtract 6 again, 5 and a 1. And then we'll need to get change for this last 10 with 2 5s. Now we're able to subtract 6 again, 5 and a 1. And last time, 5 and a 1. And here we're at 0, and that took us 6 times to do. And there we have it. I want to leave you all with a quick activity. I want you to figure out what's the highest number your abacus can go to. And when you figure it out, I want you to leave your answer in a comment below. And don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Mona Bailey Academy's YouTube channel for updates on more fun and engaging content. I'll see you all in the next video.